Hi, I'm Mitch Gallagher. Welcome to Sweetwater's iOS Update. This time out, a powerful notation app from PreSonus. Let's get started. Our app today is Notion, a popular notation application for Mac and PC that's also available for iOS devices. There are a lot of great features about Notion. It's an incredibly detailed app for creating scores on your iOS device. In fact, you're pretty much running the same app as you'd have on your computer, just running on iOS. And in fact, beyond that, it's compatible with your computer as well. So when you create a file on your iOS device, you can quickly and easily transfer it directly over to your computer, or you can go the other way as well. When you install Notion onto your iOS device, it comes with a wide variety of sounds. In fact, those sounds are the same as you have in your computer when you're running the app there. So you have the actual samples of the London Symphony Orchestra when you call up an orchestral sound. There are a number of in-app purchases available as well, and you access those under the Sounds menu. You can scroll through and see what you have installed. Here are the things that are checked are actually installed into my iOS device, and others are available here as in-app purchases. You can do a guitars bundle, jazz bundle, percussion and sound effects. You can install everything as an in-app purchase, so a wide variety of sounds are available for Notion. Let's take a quick look at how easy it is to use Notion and the power that's available for creating scores. We'll pop back to our home screen, and this gives us the option of loading in one of our files, creating a song from a template, or simply creating a new song. When you create a new song, you're allowed to title it. We'll just leave it called Untitled here. Open that up. The score opens up, and now we can choose to add whatever different instrument parts we want inside our score. We can add a treble clef, we can add, let's say, a piano here. We'll add an acoustic guitar. Let's scroll down through the different instrument choices. We'll add electric guitar, electric bass, in this case a 6-string electric bass, and we'll also add a drum set. Click Add, and our empty score will be created. Let's hide this so we can see that. So we've got our drum set, piano, acoustic guitar, electric guitar, and note that acoustic guitar and electric guitar each have tab with them as well. Then down at the bottom we have our electric bass, which also has tab. Then we move to our next system. Now you have a lot of control over how things are displayed. You can set your measure numbers up so that they're on each measure. You can have them as they are here, where they're just on each system. So you have a lot of control over how things are displayed as far as the width on the screen. You have control over view. You can scroll in, or zoom in rather, and zoom back out by pinching. So it's very flexible, very easy to work with. You can double click to open up different menus to change the title, subtitles, composer, change the tempo. Lots and lots of control for shaping your score before you ever start entering any notes. Once you have your score basically laid out on your screen, you can start entering notes. Now there are several ways you can do this. First of all, you could connect a MIDI keyboard using an Apple Camera connection kit or direct connection depending on the keyboard and play your notes in directly. There's a record button here that allows you to play. You set the note durations and you can either do step time entry or real time entry. We also have two other ways that we can enter notes, and how that works depends on what instrument you're actually entering. So if we start with piano here, we'll select the top staff, open this up. We can choose to display a piano keyboard, and now we can actually play the notes in using the on-screen keyboard. We can change the note value here, so we can change to a half note, then to 16th notes. We can add tuplets, you can do triplets, or you can specify any tuplet that you want. So we could do 7 in the space of 5. Scroll back down here so we can see that, and it'll automatically bracket those for us and set the rhythmic divisions exactly the way they should be. Now we can also choose to click the hand icon, and now we can draw directly right on the staves. And note that when we do one of the guitar parts, not only are the notes added in standard notation, but the corresponding tab is entered at the same time as well. Now we can undo and redo, so we can take things back out if we don't like the way they're coming together. Now let's take a look at how we enter notes when we're working with the drum set. If we set this up to automatically enter, we select our drum set up here. We can change our entry method to drum pads. And now we'll set our duration to quarter notes, kick, snare. Oh, we still have our tuplets turned on. Let's undo that. Scroll down, come back here. All right. Very simple and very easy. Now we can also enter more than one note at once. So if we go back to our piano score here, we turn on the chord capability, now we can play in, step to the next step, enter our chord, and so on, until we have our part all programmed in. Again, we can do that from the screen here, we can do that by clicking directly into the notation, or if we're playing on a keyboard, it'll automatically transcribe that for us. Now we have a lot of capabilities here. We can erase notes, We can select a measure and do a variety of things there. Cut, copy, paste, delete. You can clear just portions of that. You can select a part and just work on that. We can transpose, you can fill with rest, you can swap voices. Tons and tons of capability for editing once you have your music created and on the screen. We also can change, again, as we saw earlier, notations. We have note values, we have rests here, we have tuplets. If we need to add accidentals, sharps and flats, we have those. Different articulations are here, sforzandos, accents, staccatos. Here's our dynamics indications. Alternate note heads if you're using percussion instruments or you're trying to indicate extended techniques. And depending on the type of instrument that you're playing, we have other displays as well. So here, for example, we can show rolls, we can show trills. If we go to the guitar part, oops, let me scroll down here to the guitar part, and here we can actually show bends, we can show a vibrato, we can add note fingerings for the different notes, you can show slides. So you have all of the symbols that you need for creating parts no matter what instrument you're working with. Continuing on, we also have chord displays, and depending on the instrument, again, you may have chord symbols as we do for guitar here, but you can also create custom chords. So we could create a D, minor 7, sharp 5, sharp 11, and it'll automatically put that chord symbol above the staff for you. If we move past that, we can also show a variety of special techniques here. We have beginnings and endings, so if you need to repeat measures or a section of measures, if you need to do DSs, it'll show all those kind of things, codas, all of that stuff is indicated here, and when you play back, it will actually play those back in real time for you. So if you have a repeat, it will repeat the proper number of times and then continue on. And again, depending on the type of instrument, we also have a special articulations here, so we have piano. If we go up to drum set, we can see there are a number of different special articulations here, brushes, snares, snares off, so you can indicate the things that you want to have your players doing right in your score. And finally, we can also add lyrics, and you can choose to have those lyrics broken with dashes. Different syllables can break up over different notes in the melody. So again, it's very flexible for laying those out, and they'll be spaced properly to fit with the notes that you have on your staff. Now, as I mentioned, once you have your song finished, you can export it. Now we have a variety of different things we can do here. We can send as a Notion file, which will load directly into your computer, and you can use iCloud to do that instantaneously. Or you can do PDFs of the individual parts. It's compatible with Music XML, so if you're using another notation program, you can directly transfer that way. You can email, you can send an audio file as an AAC or a WAV file, you can send a MIDI file. The export options inside the Notion app are incredibly flexible. For creating scores on the go, there really is nothing that matches Notion. I highly recommend that you check it out. I've got a great app for you today to add to your musician's toolbox. It's called Dropbox Recorder, and it allows you to immediately capture ideas when you're on the go. Whether you're singing the ideas in, you're playing them in, whatever you're doing, it captures those ideas and loads them straight up into your Dropbox account so they're instantly available inside your DAW. It's a very simple app. You just open it up, and when you do, you can hit the Start Recording button. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. Stop recording. It's instantly loaded up to Dropbox. You can see it's been loaded there. We can now play this back. Test 1, 2, 3, 4. And the exact same recording is on my computer, and I can open it up in Pro Tools, Studio One, Digital Performer, whatever DAW I'm using. Now it's very simple. The only menu options we really have is to create a folder, change your audio settings. You can also edit a few settings here. For example, we could rename this if we wanted to. You can delete it, move it into a folder. But that's really all you can do, and that's really all you need to do, because this is just a very quick capture app. It's an ideal addition to your musician's toolbox. I hope you enjoyed this installment of Sweetwater's iOS Update. Be sure to tune in next time. We'll have more apps, more hardware accessories, and more tech tips on making music with your iOS devices. I'm Mitch Gallagher.